Welcome back to the channel. I still sound sick, but more importantly, yesterday I got to sit down with the community testing environment for Insurgency Sandstorm, try out the new guns, and in general get a feel for the upcoming patch this month. Right here you're seeing some of the team deathmatch footage I got, the first of the newly introduced arcade modes. Apparently over time, less serious modes such as TDM are supposed to be cycling in and out, which in concept I like a lot personally. I know a good portion of the community doesn't like this idea because Insurgency has some sort of purity, if you will, being a objective hardcore shooter. And as much as I understand that sentiment, I honestly think that it's silly. I frankly like to run around and shoot people. It makes me feel good about myself and I think it's fun. But with all that said, the TDM mode is not completely without fault. More than a few times I did get some pretty sketchy spawns, which I suppose you can say it comes with the game mode, but nonetheless it happened. It also really brings into question how well these maps simply work as kill houses, which some do definitely work better than others. Playing on Crossing in specific was definitely a mixed bag, and I know people really love to trash on Refinery, but I had a whole lot of fun playing TDM on Refinery. All in all, I like the TDM, and I'm happy to see it here. Sometimes I just want to shoot at people, and I don't want to have to pick a certain class to have a certain gun. This just lets me shoot at people with whatever gun I want, and that's a welcome change in my book. Moving on to the performance of this test build, in my own experience the game is running far better now. It wasn't taking me anywhere near as long to load into games, my performance wouldn't decrease the longer I played. Things were really just feeling a whole lot more buttery, which is really the best way to put it, which is great because this game's optimization is inconsistent to say the least throughout the entire player base. I will add though, doing some reading and listening to other content creators in the community, that not everybody is preaching that the optimization in this patch is all good. In my personal experience sitting down with the patch, for me everything was running way better, or at least it seemed so. Some people are saying it only helped them a little bit, and some are even saying that it's running worse than before. I can only attest to what I experienced, but bear in mind, not everybody had the same experience as me. Hopefully when the update does drop, all across the board everything's working better, but as of now, for me, things felt really good. For others, maybe not so much. Looking at the screen here, if I'm not a buffoon, hopefully by now I'd shown the new MP5s on screen, and I can say without a shadow of a doubt in my mind, these little MP5s are absolutely lawnmowers. In the update we got to play around with some of the new guns, and the MP5s really shine brightly here. We have two of them, one for the Insurgents and one for the Security respectively. They have identical stats, with the only real difference being that the Security MP5A5 has a burst fire function, and I personally think the Insurgent MP5A2 sounds cooler when you're firing it. In terms of real life firearms, the MP5 is by far one of my favorites, so I'm stoked to say the least that these guns are gonna come into the base game. We do still have more new straps though, two new light machine guns here, the MG3 and the M240B. I didn't manage to get footage of the M240B, but I can say the MG3 is absolutely terrifying. If I can find the clip, I remember one specific point, some poor soul attempted to hide behind a car, and I was posted up with that big old thing, and I absolutely let him have it. Needless to say, if you're into the big old machine guns, the MG3 is stupid fun. Lots of good times with this gun in Day of Infamy and other World War II games, and it's just a super cool addition to say the absolute least. Wrapping things up here, this update really has me excited for everything that's to come with this game. If any of you others out there also played in the CTE, I'd like to hear your opinions on it, how the optimization was for you, what you think of the new guns, all that good stuff. Until next time, I'm going to be over here frothing at the mouth playing around with these MP5s. Have yourself a good one.